again, everyone. Welcome back to Antique Agenda. Happy December. I am late getting my Christmas decor up. As you can see, my tree is still just lighted. I haven't done any decorations. So I will be getting to that soon in an upcoming video. But for today, I have two things that I want to share. First is I went on a field trip to a really cute Victorian house. It's owned by Steffi, who you may remember I met at the Pumpkin Pie Days festival. And she owns a darling Victorian home that she runs as an Airbnb, but on the off season, she uses it as a pop-up boutique. So I went to visit her to see all of the Christmas items she had for the Christmas boutique she has going on right now. And it was really fun. So that video is pretty short. It's only about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna show you guys that little tour. And then when you come back, we're gonna share the Christmas carriage. Do you remember the carriage I just bought at that estate sale? And I told you I wanted to transform it and turn it into a Christmas decoration. Well, I finally committed to the paint job. It took me days. I'm telling you, sometimes you just have to go with your gut and just dive in, because I was really flip-flopping on what I wanted to do. But before I show you the finished results on the carriage, let's go look at the Vintage House in Longmont, Colorado. I've ever seen. This is such a fun, unique, homemade piece. You're never gonna find another one of these. That is pretty damn good. Is that a Shiny Bright, or do you think that's older? German?
You know, it could be German with the box.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So how much would that set someone back, this beautiful tree topper?
That's like $180.
That's $180. Because it's good stuff. Okay, everybody, so I just walked around the house, and this is the owner, Steffi.
Hello.
I had a few questions, and I thought they might have a few questions, so we might as well do a real quick interview. First, how did you end up owning this beautiful Victorian home?
I live a few blocks away, and I'm into historic preservation. I was the chairperson of the Historic Preservation Commission in town when this house was renovated in 2012. And so I was one of the people that approved what they did. And so it came up for sale a few years ago, and I looked at it and I was like, I know that house.
Yeah.
Like, I know they did a really good job of keeping, the old things, yet modernizing the kitchen, the bathrooms. They opened up that attic space.
So you bought the house and then you turned it into an Airbnb.
In the summer, I run it as an Airbnb. Yep. It's a pretty sweet Airbnb, I gotta say. It really is. It really is.
And it's a wonderful location.
Yep, you can watch everything.
Yeah, that's great. And then on the off season, you have decided to use this building as a special boutique to sell all of the vintage and antiques that you collect also as an estate buyer.
Yeah.
How does one become an estate buyer?
Well, I think you have to have some screws loose first. As you were saying earlier, it's about the treasure hunting, right? Yeah. And when you do what I do, it's massive amounts of treasure. I have a 4,000 square foot warehouse as well as this 3,400 square foot house. Yeah. From the time I was a little kid, I just love old things. I like old people, I like old cars, I like old houses, I like old, kitschy things.
Yep.
I bought my house that I live in at an estate sale.
It's funny to me because the house that I live in, I went to first at the estate sale.
So you get it.
I get it.
You get it.
So when you decided you wanted to start buying out estates, how did you advertise this as a service? How do people find you?
I really do everything that I do low key. I'll put some things on Facebook Marketplace or the downtown calendar, but I don't do advertising and things like that.
Word of mouth mostly?
Yeah, mostly just word of mouth.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to come back because you said that you're also going to set up again in January.
And in January, it's just going to be a massive antique store. All 4 floors, bull in a china shop kind of full. You're walking around.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. We're coming back in January. So I really enjoyed that visit with Steffi. The house is absolutely adorable. And what an inspiring business model to be able to purchase a beautiful Victorian home and run it as an Airbnb to cover your expenses. But then on the off season, she uses it as a little pop-up shop. I just think it's such an ingenious idea to be able to have your own antique shop, but more on your own time, and alleviate the pressures of paying the mortgage by running it as an Airbnb when most people are coming to visit for weddings and the nicer weather. It's just such a cool idea. I really envy the fact that she is able to do that and have a second property. So, are you ready to see my carriage? I have it sitting right here on the table. I did end up going with gold, although I was hemming and hawing about whether I should keep this whole bottom part white to go with the door. Now let me refresh your memories real quick. I'm going to insert a photo of how I found the carriage in its original paint colors. It had a lot of black, which I wasn't crazy about. And now I was flip-flopping on whether to do it gold or to have this bottom half white. And for several days, I had one side with a white half and the other side with gold. And I will put those photos in there as well because I took the photos as kind of a way to absorb what combination I really liked. And I did end up choosing my original feeling, my original gut thought of going gold, especially because it just is going to go with my Christmas decor. I use a lot of silver and gold in my living room. I knew that this piece was going to go up here as a Christmas decoration. So what I decided to do was save one of the original doors that had the stenciling FR. And I'm wondering if that stands for Ferrero Rocher. A lot of listings on these little carriages describe them as store displays. Some of them say they are candy boxes, although I have never seen one with a lid that actually comes off where you could put candy inside. And then I chose that the other side would be completely gold, and I was going to add more embellishments. Really add some more Baroque details, some more flourish, some more decorations, and I'm loving it. This is what I'm gonna call the finished Christmas side. The side that I'm really gonna have facing the room. You can see that I added some metal decorations. This one is antique. These little pieces I removed from a hair barrette. So I don't know if you can tell, but I really layered a lot of different shades of gold. I added a combination mixture of brown paint and copper paint to kind of age the edges, give it some dimension. I didn't just choose one gold paint and slap it on. I really took some time to add some layers, darken it up within the spokes, darken it up on the sides. Even on the top, you can see it is a combination of browns, coppers, and golds. So it really achieved the antique look that I wanted to have. Now I know some of you expressed hesitation to my decision on painting this piece. So I am sorry if this upsets you, but I really am pleased. I'm going to enjoy this so much. I hope you can forgive me. I did keep the original door on one side at least. So maybe you can give me some points for that. Oh, and I almost forgot to show you this piece that I added on the back. There are some little loops up here, and I wired this. I'm not sure what it is, to be honest. I'm not sure if it's meant for jewelry or what this piece originally had, but you know how it is. If I see something metal and decorative, I pick it up. So I had it in my stash, and I decided that it would make an extra nice decoration on the back. I did have to age it a little bit. I added some brown and copper paint to it. Now I also added some rub and buff to this little wreath. I'm gonna say it was effective, but if you decide you want a little gold wreath and you wanna do this, be prepared to use a lot of product. I had to really use a lot from the tube to try to get it into the bristles. So I felt a little bit guilty about how much product I was wasting on such a small little wreath. But once I committed, I just decided to follow through to the end. So I do have this as an option to add to the door, which I might decide to do. I was also thinking of adding some buttons to the hubcaps here of the wheels. But so far I only found this one, which would fit great on the larger wheel here. But I don't want to wait any longer to decorate with this piece. I can't wait to add a little votive on the inside. I mean, you guys can tell it's screaming to be a little lantern in there. I'm gonna put it on the game table. It's final resting place for this Christmas. And let's really do it up. Let's make this the most awesome Baroque Christmas decoration that has ever been seen on YouTube. Before I forget, I have some other items that I wanted to share with you for more of a brocante Christmas idea. I know that every Christmas home decor video is using velvet ribbon in their designs. So I thought, what can I do that's not velvet ribbon? If you remember, I picked this up at an estate sale this spring. So I think I'm going to try some gold rope, a little something different. Not that I'm against velvet ribbon. I love a good velvet bow around a candlestick. I just have seen it so much. I'm like, I can't do that. Everyone else is doing that. So we're gonna try some antique gold drapery rope instead of the velvet ribbon. I did also find this. This I did not thrift. I picked this up at the craft store They were $5 each, so they weren't a huge investment. I thought these would be nice draped over the birdcage since I would be filming over there. I wanted to add a little something extra since I haven't done the tree or anything else yet. But let's get started and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, there's even some stuff down in her basement. I found a row of Santas and some very creepy Santa masks. These are not comforting. One more. Wait, come up this way. Yeah. Okay, wait.